Hi, I'm Will Henry. This is the Rings of the Lord podcast. Fight like a saint.
No, I'm teasing. Don't say that.
Hi, I'm Will Henry, and this is the Rings of the Lord podcast. I'm starting it now because I'm just getting into podcasting. I've been running Rings of the Lord now, and God has blessed me with the ability to have it keep growing, which is awesome. And I think it's cool to add a podcast onto it. My mom is the first guinea pig for the podcast. And on this podcast, we basically are just going to talk about, we'll talk about gospel passages. We'll talk about our faith, and we'll give our 2 cents on what we think the Catholic faith is. So, Mom.
So can I say one thing because I'm mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, and I might do the same thing, so you can correct me. And that's not correction, but you say quite a bit. And I know that's a big thing when people are like in public speaking. They don't want to have like the ums in there. I
just like saying
It's nice sometimes. You kind of get the vibration in your throat going But
so
that's a mom thing.
I notice it when I'm like listening to myself.
Yeah, you always listen when you play it back and hear it.
It's like
it'll jump out.
Myself not to say it.
Right. But
it's
that's
like
okay.
I can't give all.
This is all about.
I can't give all my focus to the gospel. I have to give like 50%
to your not saying This is what it's about. You're learning. I'm proud of you for taking on this challenge and learning. So, there you go.
That means I'll be a better public speaker.
It will someday. Someday.
For the 2 times I ever need to public speak.
Well, you just don't know. So it's good to be prepared.
So it's good not to say Do you think I can go throughout the rest of the episode without saying
We'll try. It's a challenge.
So, Mom,
yes.
How do you feel about being guinea pigged into this situation?
Well, I'm here, and I'm proud of you, and I want to support you. So I'm willing and able
get it?
to sit here.
That was good.
Yeah, kind of. Why do you want to interview me?
Because nobody else will talk to me.
Oh, nice.
No.
Nice.
I do think that our conversations are usually pretty good.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I just feel like we start going, and then we just go down so many rabbit trails, but not necessarily in a bad way, but we keep like diving into stuff, and we do a good job about like getting to the bottom of stuff.
Do we solve the world's problems?
I don't think we solve the world's problems, but I think that we try to put the world's problems into a broader perspective.
We do. Do you think I'm a good talker or listener?
Talker.
I'm working on listening. It's a skill that I have to work on. Just like you and the ums. I have to work on that.
Yeah. I feel like the best talkers, though, usually talk the most.
And I'm also female. And we tend to talk more. We tend to think outside of our mind or speak our thoughts and think as we process our speech and stuff. None of that made sense. I feel like I'm a verbal processor. So sometimes things come out.
Right now.
Yeah, right now. But there I said,
I did?
No, I did. So here we go. You can edit that one out. So yes, I'm willing to be here and to support you in Rings of the Lord.
The Rings of the Lord podcast.
That too.
So now, in order to end this quick intro, we're going to talk about Mom's idea for a shower crucifix. And having a crucifix in the shower.
Oh, I forgot to tell you one thing.
What?
One thing I like about our conversations is that we have a lot of laughter. That we usually end up laughing about things, whether it's ourselves or each other, in good ways, not in mean ways, or just the way things are in the world. We find humor and laughter, and that's one thing I really like about our conversations.
We do laugh a lot when we talk.
Yeah, and that's why I'm willing to be your victim. Mm-hmm. No, but yes, back to the shower crucifix.
Mom thinks it would be a great idea to have a crucifix in the shower because she thinks that there's so many good thoughts that people have in the shower. I do not think it would be good.
You made fun of me.
Jesus in the shower with me.
You made fun of me. And you started laughing at me.
Idea.
Because I thought it was great because I have so many profound thoughts. Perhaps maybe it's my only quiet time in the shower. Like I'm by myself most of the time when people don't run in and have to ask me a million questions of what they need. But I just feel like, gosh, wouldn't it be nice to have these thoughts that I have, or these realizations, or these little
You should just have a
tidbits of
shower
wisdom.
notebook instead.
No,
Not
paper
like a
would get
waterproof
wet.
shower notebook.
Waterproof, dry erase board. I know that they're coming from the Lord, and I'm like a crucifix, but you ruined it for me because you're like, I don't want to stand there and have Jesus looking down at me naked. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of true. I didn't think about that. I was just thinking about.
But like, you want to put pictures of like your family in the shower.
Yeah, but I don't try to talk to my family. And my family doesn't provide me wisdom, Will. No, I don't talk to my family in prayer the way I talk to Jesus. And anyways, you killed it. But that's okay. I still kind of think it's a good idea.
You can try it, but what do you think like Brooks and Liza are going to do when they use your shower and they just have a crucifix hanging in there? It's also like...
maybe it'll be an inspiration for them to start praying.
But
you never know.
Maybe I just feel like having a crucifix in there would be a little too much too.
I agree. It's fine. You just don't like my idea, but it's okay.
I just think it would feel weird.
Okay, I accept it. It would, and plus, I don't want to like ruin the tile by trying to hang something in there.
Oh my goodness! Could you imagine nailing something?
But it'd be nice. I mean, that's where a lot of people have their good thoughts and their good conversations with the Lord. So
what if you just
it's not
put
crazy.
A cross in there? I don't feel like a cross would be that weird.
Okay. We'll see. I'll think about it.
You could just turn the crucifix like the other way.
Don't look at me. Just talk to me. Okay, so what's your next question for me?
I was just planning on the shower crucifix.
Oh, I thought you were talking about saints.
Oh, yeah, the saints. Who's your wait, who is your patron saint or whatever?
So my patron saint, which I chose way back when.
Pope John Paul II, right?
No, it was not. It
was
was Elizabeth Ann Seton. It's Elizabeth Ann Seton because she was a mother of 5, I believe. And she was like just a strong woman. She lost her husband early. And she went on to start schools and take care of a lot. She was a convert too. So I was really drawn to her. But then, Pope John Paul definitely was, important to me. And I don't know. I've got other saints I'm getting to know better.
Who do you think you know the most? Pope John Paul?
Yes, but he's got so much to read, and he's written so much.
Like
he's so prolific that
he was like the perfect time.
Well, I love
that type of pope.
I feel like in some ways, I know this sounds crazy. Maybe I shouldn't say it on the first podcast. No one will listen to you. So it's interesting. He became pope the year I was born, which I was not Catholic. And then somehow my sophomore year of college, I ended up on this random last-minute trip to Italy with my aunt and some family and this kind of school group. We had front row seats at a papal audience. Pope John Paul came by, shook our hands. I wasn't even Catholic. Looking in his face and in his eyes, you just saw Jesus. You just saw this radiant joy. I imagine it's the same way at looking at Mother Teresa in her looking in her face. And I don't know. And it was so touching. But at that point in time, it wasn't like it was a conversion moment for me or anything. And then I became Catholic right before he died, 2005, Easter 2005. And I want to say he died, if I remember correctly, on Divine Mercy Sunday in 2005. So it was like I just eked into the church, and he became pope when I was born. I just eked into the church right then, but then it's so weird to think I actually touched a saint's hand. So someone in heaven now, I touched his hand. I looked into those eyes and I saw just that beauty and that joy and that love. I don't know. So anyways, he is special to me. And then I'm getting to know Saint Therese of Lisieux.
Should we talk about how many flowers you got for your birthday?
I did get a lot of flowers. I finished that novena to Saint Therese. And I got a lot of flowers, and I normally don't get a lot of flowers for my birthday, but this year the people that were closest to me sent me a lot of flowers, and it's so beautiful. Flowers are some of my favorite things.
We have a lot of flowers in our house right now.
It smells good, and it's just pretty, and I get to keep rearranging them. So that's been
take my
fun.
box that I needed to take pictures with the rosary.
Yes, but it looks very pretty. I like Saint Teresa of Avila, and I like Saint Catherine of Siena.
What do you think about Saint John Bosco?
I don't know him. I know I read a book on him to you guys when you guys were little.
I remember that book.
I like him. I definitely am drawn to Maximilian Kolbe.
I don't know much about Maximilian Kolbe.
Like, I'm drawn to the action saints, the saints that like had a lot of like accomplishment and action.
Padre Pio too.
Yeah, I'm getting closer to him, but I'm getting closer to the ones that had the smaller but just as powerful roles. So that's been kind of cool. And you know what? It's like the saints start to seek you. And so you'll see
What
their...
saint do you think seeks you the most?
Oh, I can't guess that. I do feel like maybe Saint Teresa's a little bit. She's trying to teach me her little ways, because my personality and my just way of doing things sometimes is so big. Just coming from a big family, having a big family, like there's just big stuff.
You have to be loud in order to like get your point across sometimes.
Or for someone to mind you. And I think I'm learning the little ways, and like my heart is like enjoying that. So I love that. There. How's that for the first podcast?
Good.
Do you have like a